Hey guys, I thought we'd start off everything very positively. I read a book a few years ago and I've just been reading little bits of it here and there throughout time and things that I've underlined, and it's called The Blue Zones of Happiness. It's by Dan Buettner. I don't know if I said his last name right, but still. But basically, if you know what the blue zones are, it's really fascinating, really interesting stuff. It's the longest living people in the world. I've been interested in it for a very long time, and this guy went around interviewing people who live in those areas and countries in the world that live the longest, and picking up their tips and advice on how to also live longer and fulfilling lives. But this other guy was inspired by that whole project. It was a really big project, and I recommend reading that book as well. I read it probably like 5, 6, 7 years ago. But The Blue Zones of Happiness as well, obviously about happiness, and I picked it up because who doesn't want more happiness in their life, and that I could gain some information from it. And I'll just share like a few of the points that I had underlined, and I went ahead and wrote them on a Word doc in my own words, so some things might be exactly like from the book, but most of it is paraphrased in my own writing, and I added a few tips of my own that I felt like correlated with the whole thing. So, but this book was backed up by research, the happiest places in the world. So without further ado, I feel like I always say that whenever I start these videos, and I'm gonna get into the nitty gritty. But here we go. I'm just gonna move my phone over real quick, because if you hear a little noise, I don't think anybody will be calling me because it's very late at night. Okay. The Blue Zones of Happiness, key points for achieving happiness. Okay. Do something bigger than yourself. Help people and volunteer. Do something that makes you feel connected to the bigger picture, connected to everything. Remember, happiness is not a goal, but a byproduct of my activities. So I could change my life and my happiness. Yeah, guys, we have control of our lives. We have control of the things we do, the things we put into our body. I mean, we can't control certain things. We can't control what's gonna happen in life. We can't control unexpected occurrences or people, but we can control certain things within our own limitations, like the food we eat, the people we surround ourselves with, the things we listen to and consume and watch, the things we read. So make sure you're choosing positive things that are going to positively affect your life. I know everybody knows this, but it makes a big difference. Good personal relationships. Make sure you connect to others. Yeah, I think I also read a statistic about like people just live longer when they're around people more socially, when you're around people that you actually like and get along with. And obviously it brings out the best side of yourself, which is really important. Okay. Find ways to stay active, physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. And financial security is important. If you don't have your basic needs met, it's very hard to be happy. Maintaining overall good health. So moving into a state that would even a mind frame that promotes overall health, you need to take care of yourself. We all know that. But we just forget to take that extra time on ourselves sometimes. We are sometimes the last person that we're thinking about, the last person on our plate. But make sure you put that effort into your health, because that's what's gonna make you live the longest and make you feel better. You don't want aches and pains and hurt and disease. So preventative health, preventative medicine, like just the things you eat, your physical activities that you do, those things really help. Whatever is happening in your geographical location, the state of the world where you live, that really affects your overall happiness. Like, if you live in a place that, obviously is impoverished, or has war going on, active warfare, or, you lack the basic necessities in life, you're obviously, that's, I think, the basic needs. That chart, when it talks about, life purposes, it's a diagram, one of those triangle diagrams. But like, that's the bottom tier, your basic needs being met. If your basic needs are not met, you can't move up. You can't really focus on improving your life in other ways. Okay. A sense of purpose, and I'll touch base on that earlier because I remember going more in detail with it. But yeah, having an overall sense of purpose is really, really important. Remember, you're on this earth for a reason. Your life matters. Honestly, you were made for a purpose. Remember, you were made for something bigger. You came to make a difference, to complete something. You make life more beautiful, and the world needs one of you. You can only do what you can do. But just finding purpose in our everyday activities, as well as like what we really live for. What do you really live for? What are the gifts and talents that you have, and the things that you love to do? Embrace curiosity. Explore and be in awe of life. Yeah. If we're not curious about anything, what are we learning? Even curiosity about, nature is so freaking beautiful if you go outside. You look at the trees, all the details. This life is fucking amazing. Oops, I shouldn't swear. So freaking amazing. You guys, really, every day is a miracle and a wonder, and we forget that with the mundaneness of things and getting run down by going to work every day and, having to do the same things over and over. But if we're endlessly curious about exploring and learning new things and just taking a moment to appreciate the beauty of life, that's when we're really going to enjoy it the most. And really, at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're present in your life. You were involved in your life. This is your life. And you should really take moments to be in awe of it and how beautiful it really, truly is. It's a gift. It's a gift, you guys. Don't forget it. Engage in activities that stimulate and challenge you. And if they don't stimulate and challenge you in some way, that they just bring you joy and happiness. There's some hard things that we do have to do that we really don't like doing, but we know overall that they're better for us. Like working out, but find fun ways to do it, you guys. If you like skating, if you like dancing, if you like, I don't know, there's 50 million thousand things. Acrobats. You know, do those things. And it is important to always challenge yourself, you guys, because we want to continuously grow and evolve as people. And that's, it keeps things interesting. Keeps things a little spicy, And who wants to do boring activities? Let's be for real. Engage in some form of spirituality or religion if you are into that. Or just like a deeper inner look in yourself if you're not into those things, getting to know yourself better. But I feel like you could do all of those things, you know what I mean? If that's what you want to do. But it is nice to feel connected to something bigger and greater. I think so, at least. Find a career or job that you find meaningful and rewarding, that has a purpose and positive impact. Yeah, if you don't love what you do every day, you're not gonna want to wake up and do it. I think we're created and made to do the things that we love to do. If you have a passion, a talent for something, and it's what you want to do, I believe that you're here to do it. Why else would you have that drive to do it, if not? We don't always know what will make us happy, which is so insightfully true. I did read somebody say that in the book, that we really humanly don't really know what will make us happy. And actually PewDiePie said that. I remember I screen recorded a video of him saying that a long time ago, that people want to be happy and we do things that we think will make us happy, but they don't always make us happy. Sometimes things make us happy though. Sometimes things make us happy that we never actually thought would. Okay guys, I had to pick up where I left off yesterday because I got a little busy last night. I got called away. But I'm gonna try and pick up where I left off. Maybe I'll edit this part out. I hope my voice doesn't sound at a completely different, what is the word? Not higher or lower pitched than how I was speaking last night, but I don't know right now. So I think we talked about, here. Do extracurricular activities, which I know you mainly just hear that when you're in school, but yeah, indulge in whatever clubs that you like, whatever sports that you like, just whatever you like. Spend time doing things that you like and you enjoy. Don't do things you don't like, obviously. Continuous learning and reading. It's so amazing to read a book, you guys. I mean, I know some people aren't readers, but to delve into the mind of someone else, to actually place yourself in there, it's kind of like meditation. Honestly, it's kind of like watching a movie, because the way you get transformed into the book and all the feelings, all your emotions, your investment in the characters. Well, if you like fiction or non-fiction, I like poetry as well. I like to write and read poetry, but just be transformed by emotion, to feel those emotions running deep. It's so very beautiful and important. So and just to learn new facts. You could watch documentaries, podcasts, just listen to somebody on YouTube, or, read. You could learn by just talking to people too. I think it's important, for us to listen to each other. Everybody's got something to teach you. Everybody's got something beautiful to instill in you with all our different minds. And, you could learn something from anybody and try and learn something new every day. Exploring this big, beautiful world. Yeah, there's so much world to see. I'm actually looking at a globe right here on my desk right now. It's just absolutely our mind can't probably even wrap around how big the world, let alone the universe, actually is. I'm sorry I keep saying, just so many places to see, to explore, so many cities, so many towns, so many people to meet, so much depth and beauty and culture and food to try and nature and beauty to see, and hear children playing outside, Oh, my phone just went off. That sounded a little bit, menacing. Okay. Wait, somebody had to fix my heater, you guys, because it went out last night, but the guy came and fixed it, so that was just about that. So yay, I have heat now. Which is important because the weather is cold where I'm at right now. It was snowing last night. So, not that you guys clicked on the video to hear about me. Okay. But yeah, the big, beautiful world. I have something that I want to do on here on YouTube that, I would like to cook dishes all over the world, so I actually bought this globe for that, so I could start experimenting with different dishes with no disrespect to any other culture or place, to actually get to know more about the places that I decide to cook from. But there's so much to see, to learn, so much beauty. Okay. Choosing positivity, turning negatives into positives, and seeing the silver lining. I won't lie, guys, I'm human like the rest of us. Sometimes I get in a very negative mindset, and it's something I'm really working on. It used to come more naturally, the positivity. But I also think it's important to feel your emotions when you feel them. And, if something really horrible happens, I don't think necessarily that you should, try and force yourself into being happy right then and there. It takes time, guys. But I think eventually every single negative that happens does turn into a positive. And really that is all about your mindset. Being optimistic about your life, guys. Be optimistic about your life. Your life is so freaking beautiful. We're here, you guys. How are we even here? You know what I mean? How are we here? We're just this living, breathing, thought-provoking, I can't even talk. We instill thoughts in others and make them think, as well as we're able to think. We're able to feel. We have our senses, our sight, our hearing, our taste, our touch, even our sixth sense, our intuition. We have this beautiful connectedness and oneness to this planet, to this earth, to other people, to animals, to creatures, to music, to art. It's so freaking beautiful. Like, you could turn any negative into a positive. I firmly believe that. But also, take your time with your emotions, you know what I mean? Feel your emotions, but at the end of the day, I think it's important for us all, excuse me, to really remember that everything is gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Even death, like really, at the end of life, everything's gonna be okay. We're here right now, and there's nothing to be afraid of, because I believe there's something after, and I think we have to believe that way. And there's always beauty everywhere. There's beauty in enjoying the life that we have, and when we die, the life that we had. We were here. We got to be here. I'm so freaking thankful. We gotta be grateful. We gotta be thankful for every person that you met, even if it wasn't the best relationship. It didn't spike up the best feelings in you. They didn't treat you right. It was a lesson, and we needed it for whatever reason. Everything that's supposed to happen will. We can't control anything, and that's beautiful in itself too. You can only basically control yourself. So, yeah, explore this big, beautiful world in all aspects. With your sight, with your touch, with your taste, with interacting with people, with watching videos, with reading books, with watching movies, with, whatever you want to partake in, moving your body, being around people who like the same things. And just taking a moment when we eat our food to really taste it, enjoy it, and sit there with it. When you look at something beautiful, just taking it in. When you look at the colors, when you look at the sky, when you look at the stars. It's just so beautiful. So yeah, be positive. There's so much to be positive about. Okay. Always try to do the right thing. What feels morally right for us. Yeah, at the end of the day, you just feel better when you do things that are right. When you go with your heart and your soul and what your morals say are right. You gotta trust yourself. Doing the right thing should come naturally and easily for us, and at the times that it doesn't, we could still choose to do the right thing. You feel better about who you are when you do what feels morally right for you. When you stand with who you truly are. Oh, I skipped one. Show up as your best self all the time. Yeah, I think it's really important. Sometimes we're tired, sometimes we're busy, sometimes we're in a bad mood, sometimes life has a lot going on and there's a lot of stress for us, but you feel better when you're in that moment, in that connection, just giving all that you can. You know what I mean? Don't drain yourself, though, or burn yourself out. It's not what I'm talking about. Get your rest, take care of your rest. That's part of taking care of yourself, but, just do the best that you can at the time. Sometimes we learn better later on. Sometimes we're like, oh, I didn't really give 100%. I'll do better next time. Sometimes we don't get a next time, but we just have to do the best we can to be our best selves. I know you're trying, and that's really, really admirable of you. That's really beautiful. I'm proud of you. Okay. Sustain good long-term relationships with friends and family. Yeah, guys, it's important to have people in your corner, people who want to get to know you, who want to know about you, who think beautiful and good thoughts for you, who wish you luck, who see your inner self and all the beauty that you hold and you are, and all the potential that you can be, who support you fully. That doesn't mean they won't, say, help us improve, because I feel like that's important too, positive critique, but that's when somebody really loves us, that they could positively critique us, but it's kind of about in the mindset that we're in at the time, whether or not we could take it positively. But if they have good intentions critiquing us, I feel like then, it's a good thing to implement. You need people, guys, you need people. There was something else I wanted to say about that. Oh, I remember. Yeah, if you have friendships or even family members that are draining you and making you feel horrible, like they're not pouring into you, it's okay to take a break from those things. It's okay to not have people in your life anymore. That doesn't mean you don't appreciate the time that you had with them. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. Maybe you'll come together again in the future when both of you guys have grown. And maybe not. Maybe they're not supposed to be in your life going forward, but I hope that everyone that you truly love and means something to you will remain in your life. I know it's really hard losing people that we love and care about, and even sometimes saying goodbye to toxic people. It could be very, very challenging. And I'm not even claiming that I was never that toxic person for people, but I'm sorry for those that I was, because I always want to be a source of positivity, and but we try the best we can. And I firmly believe, you guys, that whatever will be, will be. Don't stress about anything. We'll face challenges as we meet them head on, as they happen. Don't worry about something happening later on. We'll face it when it comes, and we'll face it with dignity, boldly. We'll face it the best that we can, and everything will be alright. Be around friends, family, music, art, nature, animals, children, the elderly. Just be around things where you see that depth. You see how gorgeous it truly is. It makes you feel good to be alive in this life. I'm gonna take a little sip of my drink. It's bubbly. Can you guys hear that? Probably not. These are so good. I mean, I think they taste really good. They're called Bubbler antioxidant sparkling waters, and I'll tell you honestly, I have a hard time drinking water unless it has, I like coconut waters. I like, to flavor my water with fruit or herbs like mint. But these, and I like naturally flavored waters. But, this says Bubbler antioxidant sparkling water that boosts, energizes, and restores balance with natural caffeine. And this flavor is really good. Triple berry breezer. And it has raspberry, blackberry, and blueberry. No sugar or artificial sweeteners. So I'm pretty sure all the sweet flavor comes from the fruit, which is really good. I like sweet. Who doesn't like sweet? But okay, it has stevia leaf extract, so that also helps the sweetness. But that's a plant, so I mean, cane sugar is a plant as well, but just very processed. The benefits: sparkling. Sure, the sparkling personality will make you fall in love at first sip, but then the real magic happens. Fruity effervescence and awesome antioxidant swoop in to balance the body and focus the mind, right before a natural boost of caffeine shows up to save the day. There's benefits in every bubble and a happier you just waiting to rise up. Honestly, they didn't sponsor me. My channel is very, very just starting, you know what I mean? They're just really good. And I just have it here for some energy, because I don't really drink energy drinks, so. And I thought my throat was a little dry. So I want to sound good for you guys, so. Okay. Maintain a strong, close number of non-romantic relationships. Also, having a romantic relationship increases our happiness as well, as long as it's a healthy one. Do things you know make you happy, and regularly do these things. Find a way, when you make a routine, if you're a routine type of person, to just have those little more moments of joy throughout the day. Strategize your life specifically, so that was in the book, and I'm gonna get to it later on, but that nudge you to happiness, that make it easier for you to be happy. Excuse me. Like, if you think something is beautiful, have it in your home. You know what I mean? I am a firm believer, like, I don't like to buy things unless I really want it or I really need it. I don't like to buy things unless I find them incredibly beautiful or incredibly useful, something I really like. You know what I mean? I'm very picky like that. But I feel like the simplicity, the minimalism, it does help with our happiness. You know, overconsumption of things just ends up cluttered. It ends up with our mind messy. At least with me, with my ADHD. But I'm sorry if I'm talking too much about myself, guys. But, you know, when you have a beautiful space that really feels like you, it is so nice. It helps you be more mentally focused, gives you clarity, gives you peace, makes you feel good in that space. You're comfortable. But, oops. I don't know how that relates to, well, yeah, keep things that you like by you that make you happy. Like, if you like reading, keep books nearby. Have a bookshelf. If you like singing, I don't know, listen, have the music playing all the time. You like to dance, also you have the music. You know, you could join clubs, you could go learn new skills, you could do that online, you could go out, meet other people and do that. You could, there's so many things to learn, so many versions of yourself, so many things you could be and do. You don't have to limit yourself to one. You don't. You're a dynamic, multi-dimensional being. You are so inexplicably, like, so many layers, so much depth. You have so much potential. I'm sorry, like, I just woke up a little bit ago. I went to bed really late, so my mind, when I'm formulating words, is a little bit crazy. But I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Find an occupation, hobby, or activities that are engaging and provide in you a sense of purpose. Yeah, whether it be volunteering, I know for a fact volunteering, being philanthropic, it really makes us feel good to help other people. You make a difference. The little things you do can make a difference in somebody else's life. You matter. You're on this planet for a reason. Just one little person with all this dynamicism inside your body and your mind and your soul. You make a difference on this earth for other people. Your essence matters. Your mind matters. You freaking matter. And you can make a difference for other people. You provide the beauty. You are the beauty. You are the love. I mean it. You are freaking amazing. And every single one of us is. Whether somebody else sees it or not. You are spectacular. In this life, this moment, this present moment, any moment that you are in is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful and spectacular, and it's meant to happen. You didn't make any mistakes. Do you hear me? You didn't make any mistakes. Anything that was supposed to happen was supposed to happen. And I'm not talking about those bad things that happened to us so much. Not that I necessarily believe that those were supposed to happen, but sometimes it builds resilience within us. We can turn anything, no matter how dark, no matter how ugly, into something beautiful within us. Any horrible thing that happened to you, you can transform that. You're the butterfly. You're just a baby caterpillar now. And sometimes the world throws so much hurt on us. And the caterpillar has no idea that it's going to turn into the butterfly. It's not conceptualizing that. It's not thinking about that. But then one day, it goes to sleep with all this pain that it worked through, that it's transforming. It goes to sleep and it turns into the chrysalis. You know what the caterpillar actually does? It climbs to the top. It climbs to the top so you rise above those hurts. You rise above those pains. You climb to the top. You form the chrysalis of protection around your heart. And sometimes you think nothing will penetrate that. But you're in that chrysalis for the healing. And then, when you're ready, you pop out of the chrysalis. Your wings expand. And it takes time to expand. It actually takes the butterfly a few hours or a day after it's out of the chrysalis for the wings to fully expand. There's still time, but you transform all of that pain, all of the ugliness that life has poured onto you, has given to you. You transform that into this beautiful, colorful wings, into your beautiful essence. And then look what happens. You could fly. You could fly, and people are enamored by your beauty. You're breathtaking and you don't even know it. And you're even cute as a caterpillar. And you're even beautiful when you're going through that transformation of healing in the cocoon, in the chrysalis. What a beautiful life. And we may think like these teeny tiny things on this earth, like our life is insignificant. But every single life, down to the tiniest ant, up to the biggest giant animal that I think is the whale, the biggest animal. A giant squid, a whale. Everything matters in between. Everything is here for a purpose and a reason. And we're all so freaking beautiful. Oh yeah, I wrote this one down. It wasn't specifically in the book, but it helps me when buying things, like I talked about earlier, like how I don't like to buy things unless I really, really like them. But I heard this quote before. Is it fun, the thing you're gonna buy? Is it fulfilling? Is it beautiful? You could simplify your life with these when buying something. So it could be all three, it could be just two, it could be just one of those characteristics. Also, you could look at that with friendships or with relationships in general. Is it life-giving? Is it making me happy? Is it for me? Simplify your life with these things. Yep, and we talked about that too. Minimalism in the home. You know, having a space that feels like you. It feels right. It's important. I feel like, at least I'm the type of person, like, when that intuition is telling you in your heart, when in your soul, in your chest, this feels right. Follow your intuition, you guys. Feed it, let it grow stronger. It's leading you in the right direction. It's leading you closer to who you're supposed to be. I 100% believe that. 1000% actually. This was in the book. Having enough money to fulfill your basic needs. The hierarchy of needs, remember? Having enough money to avoid worry about money. Yeah, stressing about money it sucks. It is not a good feeling. We all know that. But also, having enough money for the opportunity of enjoyment. If you want to go get that ice cream cone out with a friend, if you want to go to a concert, if you want to go on a little vacation, if you want to take lessons for something or classes, if you want to buy something just nice for yourself, if you want to go get a massage or a facial, to have the money to do that is so nice. Not that we need a lot of things, but it is nice to treat ourselves every once in a while. Being able to remain healthy and avoid major health conditions or problems. Yeah, health is wealth. Health is freaking wealth. That is something this year. We all know it. We all know it. You know what I mean? We know it, but we don't always take the best care of ourselves. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. But we know at the end of the day what makes us feel good is being healthy. Pouring into ourselves. You matter too, as much as you pour into other people. You have to be your first priority. And that's something I'm working on, because me and my therapist have talked about it, that I do put other people's feelings and emotions above my own a lot of the times. And now my health is showing it. And now I'm moving into a place of intentionalism where you gotta put yourself first. And I'm talking to myself as I say that too. That's what I'm going into this new year with. I want to be my best me in every single way possible. And that's an ever-going process. But I feel like it's important to put in that effort. Every single one of us. Be intentional about what you eat, what you put into your body, what you listen to, who you're around, the things you do, how you move your body, not to burn yourself out. It could be a lot all at once to implement, but take it 1 or 2 things at a time. Make it into habits. You're worthy of it. You are worthy of it. To enjoy this life, you need to be healthy. That's how you're gonna live your best. Trust me. Be grateful for what we have. That's another thing, practicing gratitude. Whether in the morning or at night. If you believe in God, if you believe in something bigger, if you just want to say thank you to the earth, thank you for your life, or just be grateful in your own mind for the things that we were given, the people we have met, even if they hurt you, the challenges that have arose, that you have food, that you have shelter. Ooh, that scared me. My heater just kicked back. It sounded like a door opening. It scares me every single time, guys. It happens every single time, but every single time my mind is not prepared for it. Oh my god. But where was I at? Yeah, being grateful. Just, there's so much to be grateful for. So much. And there's so much to be grateful for in the future. You could even say thank you for what I will have. Thank you for what I do have. Thank you for even the challenges that I've had in my life that have made me into the person that I am now, and they're pushing me towards the person that I want to be and becoming. And you're already everything that you want to be now. You know what I mean? You have that capacity in you. If you have those dreams in you, you have those dreams because you could do them. You could complete them. They're meant to be yours. I believe that. I think I already talked about that, so sorry about reiterating. Replace negative self-talk. I feel like this is important for a lot of people. It's easy when you're in your mind all day 24/7 to think that any thought that we have is our own. But let's be honest, we've all had crazy thoughts before, just like, you know what I mean? We have thoughts. Like, I remember I was in school once, you ever just have that thought? It's like, I'll pull the fire alarm. I know it's freaking crazy, but you know what I mean? Just like these random intrusive thoughts. And sometimes we pick up those thoughts and we implement into our own voice in our mind the self-hatred, the negative self-talk, the feelings of inadequacy, and they're not our own. I started reading a more spiritual book lately, and it's got a lot of praise. I think it was written in the 2000s, but I'm trying trying to remember the name of it. The Untethered Soul. I can't tell you the author right now because it's on my phone digital library. But The Untethered Soul, I have not finished it, so I can't tell you everything about it. But basically it's saying that voice in our head that's ever going, and you can make it say stuff too. And it makes us say stuff as only can just pop up into our head, and then we say it. You know, that voice, the book says, is not us. We can notice that voice in our head, but if we don't agree with it, that voice in our head is just something to notice. And the more that we don't take it as being us, because we're the voice noticing, we're the mind noticing the voice. So even when you have like those crazy thoughts popped up and you're like, I do not agree with that at all, or like, that's absolutely insane. Yeah, you can differentiate it from being yourself. So when you have those negative thoughts, whether it is actually your true internal self telling you that, or just these incessive, intrusive thoughts, we're gonna try and switch them into something more positive, you guys. But we have to notice them and be intentional about them. And just practicing more positivity in our lives, and the way that we speak, and the way that we act, and the way that we think about ourselves. Because you're worthy to be thought good of. You should love yourself and take care of yourself. You should be your best friend. You know, you're with you for the rest of your life. You were with you since birth. You're with you. You're the only one that really knows you. You're the only one that really gets to see that full beauty of who you are. You're the only one that's known everything that you've ever done, even if you forget it. You're the only one that experienced you being kind to people that people never saw. Those beautiful thoughts that you have about other people, the challenges that you went through, you are so strong. You're the only one that really knows you. Why should you not love you? You're worth it. You're worth being thought well of by yourself too. If there's so many other people around you that see how freaking beautiful you are, why can't you see that you're so freaking beautiful too? Turn that negativity into positivity. Like, there's something like, it's literally in the Bible, but why should we worry about tomorrow? That's not the exact verse, you know, word for word. But why should we worry about tomorrow when it's not here? When we don't even know if there will be a tomorrow? When we don't even know if there'll be a next minute or a next second? Why would you worry about something happening and talk negatively about something happening when it hasn't even happened yet? And sometimes those negative things turn into a positive. Just because something didn't work out now doesn't mean it won't later on. Doesn't mean that good thing isn't for you. I believe every good thing is for you. Be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. literally right now in your mind, say, I love you. And mean it. Feel it. Say, you're beautiful. I'm gonna start doing affirmations in the morning. Believe it. Be present now. Again, we just have this moment. Right now, we don't even have the last second that we were in. We don't have the last minute. We don't have 2 years ago. Excuse me. When we were around, even in good memories, people that we loved. We just have now, and then now, and then now, and now. You know what I mean? We just have now. And right now is beautiful. Right now is perfect. This was in the book and it was really good. Act like every day is your last. How would I like to show up and act? That goes back into being our best selves whenever possible, whenever we can, with the most that we can at the time. Even when you're sick, you know, we might fall a little bit short. Even when you're going through a lot, we might fall a little bit short, but you give your all and the best you can in the moment, and you be proud of that. If it was your last day, how would you act? If it was your last month, how would you act? Your last week? Your last 5 minutes of your life? And again, I don't think death is something to be feared, or I think it's beautiful to reminisce and be thankful about the life that we're given. It's so, so beautiful. Be present, be thankful, enjoy life right now. We only have now. You don't know where you're gonna end up in 2 years, and hopefully we'll all be here. But you don't know where you're gonna be. It doesn't mean don't take actions to help your future, build your future. I'm not saying be dumb about things. I'm not saying spend all your money in one day. I'm saying live your best life. Believe one person can make a difference. I can make a difference. And I have a purpose because I'm still alive. I am the type of person that does believe. All of us. Oh, I scared myself there. My printer. All of us. I hope I didn't scare you guys. All of us have a purpose. All of us have meaning. I don't believe in nihilism personally, not to knock anybody's beliefs, but I feel like that's such a sad way to live. Unless it personally brings you peace, you know, more power to you. That nothing means nothing. I don't think that. I think everything means everything. The total opposite of nihilism. I think that we all have a purpose, down to the last molecule, down to the tiniest detail, the tiniest hair on your head, down to the simple things that we say and the simple things that we feel, down to your overall arching life, the overall arch of your life, down to the smile that you give the homeless man on the street when you give them a few dollars when you buy them a meal, or just a smile if you have nothing else to offer, down to the purity of your heart, the essence of your soul. the being aliveness. Now, you have a purpose, and thank God for that. Thank God for you being alive. And if you don't believe in God, you could use that as an expression. But I do believe in something bigger. Because how does love exist, and how does things as complex as us, with all these intricacies, look at your finger right now. Are you looking? Look at all the swirls. Look at your fingerprint. Think of the depths of the ocean and all the unexplored, uncharted places, the animals that we've never seen, the plants that we've never seen, the flavors we never tasted, the books we never read, the people we never met, the weather we never experienced, the places we never visited. It has so much detail. I just can't believe that we weren't made by something bigger, but that's just personally me. Okay. Believe and think that everything usually works out positively. And I mean really believe it. If something you wanted to happen didn't work out, it's for your benefit. It's for your benefit. Whether you don't see it in the moment, it might work out later. But if it didn't, it's for your benefit. You have to think positively, but you have to believe that. Believe it. Feel it in your bones. Carry it with you. Hold it in your belief system so strongly that it's irrefutable. Believe everything works out positively. Because it does. Look at you right here, right now. With every hurt, with every obstacle, with every challenge that life has thrown at you, with every heartbreak, with every hardship. Aren't you okay right in this moment? And if you're not, you know that you'll be happy again. There'll be another time where you laugh. There'll be another time where you just say, thank you for being alive. Where you look at the sky and say, this is so beautiful. Everything will be alright. Hold that belief so strongly. My belly is rumbling, you guys. I have to eat breakfast. Okay. Believe in magic. I don't mean like going out casting spells and, witchy. Some people call it woo-woo. And I'm not knocking anybody's beliefs if you partake in those things. But I'm talking about the magic of life, like we've been talking about the magic of being. And maybe you get tired of me saying it, but isn't it so freaking amazing? You could touch your own arm. Feel that. It's solid. You could feel it. Feel your pulse. Do you feel the blood beating through? It's purpose. It's delicate. It's beautiful. Life is delicate. It's fragile. But it's so meaningful. Our veins, like these trees tree roots intertwining through our fingers, through our arms, through our shoulders, connecting with our heart, connecting our spinal cord, sending neurons to our brain, sending signals, all those neurons in your brain. We're freaking magic. Those little electrical pulses in our brain, that electricity that's connecting the dots, that's helping me speak, that's helping you understand what I say. Every single thing is magic. We're magic. Don't forget the magic and beauty of life. Remember that song? It's a really, really good song. Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? The music in for you. Whenever it starts, it's magic. Music is magic too. And a powerful connector. Okay, go to therapy if you believe in that. I personally think every single person can benefit from therapy. Just whether it be talk therapy, there's so many forms of therapy, you guys. There's so many. And I personally don't think it's woo-woo either. You know, understanding yourself at a deeper level, getting to know yourself better, getting over traumas, healing. Just helping you live an overall better life. And who doesn't want to live their best life possible? Why not do everything you can to help you reach it and achieve that? Reach that and achieve that. Like, I know there was a stigma probably like 20 years ago, maybe longer than that, of therapy. But I'm so glad it's more accepted now. And like, there's so many forms. I've been looking at different forms. You know, you could journal your own feelings. You could be your own therapist. You could go to a professional and do talk therapy. There's something called neurofeedback, which is really, really interesting. And basically, I think one version of it that the lady was talking about that I watched a video on is that you put this headband on your head and you watch TV or Netflix or a YouTube video, and it'll light up different areas in correspondence to that headband in your brain with the, I guess, neurons firing during different emotions. And it'll either make the screen lighter or brighter. And when you think more in a way that's the way that you and the therapist are trying to move you towards, the screen will get brighter. So you can continue watching that video. It was very, very fascinating. And there's different forms of that. But it could train your brain basically into thinking in a manner that is more conductive to you, whatever that may be. Whether it's more positively, more loving, more kind, whatever it may be, more worthy. I might try it out, you guys. No harm in trying things, you know what I mean? Finding out who you are and creating the life you want. Why not take every opportunity and do everything you can to become and do that? What you feel like will help you do that. Yeah, get to know yourself. Whether it be journaling, just talking to friends or family. I love to write, you guys. I love to journal. Feelings are so important, and looking back on memories when they're so strong in your soul at the moment and the time. I'm just looking at the calendar right here. It's insane that it says 2025 now. But why quickly, so savor the moment. Yeah, but get to know yourself deeper, whether it be by experiencing new music, reading new books. Get to know more of who you are and who you're supposed to be, who you're meant to be, the full capacity and the fullness of who you are. You are supposed to get there, and you will. Eat more whole, unprocessed foods. Foods found in nature. Foods that are colorful, not colorful by food dye. Like, I don't know if all my viewers will be in the US, but I know here in the US a lot of foods contain things that are banned in other countries, and that's very scary. You know what I mean? Like, why are we being fed these things? To eat more unprocessed helps us prevent diseases in the body, and helps us be in a better state of mind. Be intentional about what you eat. Doesn't mean don't indulge every once in a while in something maybe not so good for you, but honestly, those foods taste better when you start eating them more and you feel better. That's what we're meant to eat. Our bodies weren't created to eat all this junk. The other countries have it right with more purity and going to the market. Help the environment and community. When we help the environment, we help ourselves. We help our future selves. We help the earth and the planet. Make the planet smile. Fresher air, cleaner air, less garbage. Who doesn't want that? Healthier animals, healthier ecosystem. We help our children and children's children in the future when we take care of the planet now. And when you help the community, it makes you feel good, makes you feel connected. It makes your life better as well, helping the community, help the place that you live, being connected to something bigger. Being connected to something bigger. Meet new people. Again, so much beauty in the world. So much depth. So many freaking people. People that think nothing like you. People who could bring an absolutely positive, beautiful impact into your life. People who open up your eyes to new experiences, new thought processes, new ways of thinking, new ways of feeling, of viewing the world. So freaking beautiful. We're meant to be social, you guys. We're social creatures. See new places. Again, the world is so big and beautiful. You gotta see new places. Experience more. We only live this one life that we know of. If we only have this one life now that we're absolutely certain and sure of, why not make the most of it? Don't worry about time wasted. Don't worry about decisions you think or thought were wrong. Right your wrongs. If that makes you feel better, apologize to people. And keep it on, you know what I mean? We only have this one life. Experience the most that you can. Embrace it, fully live it, grab it by the reins. Feel it deep in your soul, feel your heart light up. When you're so freaking happy and you feel a light shining out of you and out of your chest. when you feel that love expand out of your body, when you feel so connected to people, when you feel so happy about being alive. That is what we live for. When the happiness is overflowing, your cup is overflowing into other people, we live for that. Don't waste time on things you don't like that aren't for you. Do things that strike a chord in you and are fulfilling to you. I don't care what anybody else says, you guys. You gotta live for you. If you take a job and you want to be a clown, then be a freaking clown, if that makes you happy. If you want to paint a mural and people say, you're a sucky painter, well, you just keep practicing and you paint that mural. And you could do more and more and grow, but don't waste time on things that you hate. And I'm not saying like hard things, like you don't like getting up early in the morning, but you have to for work. Like, I'm not saying not do hard things that you don't like that. But things that don't resonate with you, you know what I mean? But you really want to do things that move you. For a career too, you want to be happy waking up for however many more years that you have left in your career. You want to pick a career that you never want to end, you know what I mean? You never want to stop doing it. You're like, I might be doing this till the day that I die. Something that resonates so fully with you like that. Yeah, don't care what anybody else says. Even if your own mother, your own father, whoever raised you says, no, you can't do that. Well, sometimes they're looking out for us, but I'm saying a dream in your heart that doesn't hurt anybody. If you keep practicing and you keep believing, you could do that. You are capable. You're capable of anything. You're capable of anything. You know that. You're so smart. You're so intelligent. You're so resilient. You're so strong. You are capable of fulfilling all of your dreams that you have instilled in you. Appreciate the things we have. Yeah, what we have right now, we might not have in the future. Maybe you're living in an apartment for the first time. You really enjoy it, but you probably won't be here forever. So enjoy it now. Certain relationships with friends, sometimes they fall away. Sometimes people move away. Sometimes we don't stay connected. So appreciate it now. Even appreciate the way you look now. You won't always look the same. Appreciate everything. Because it won't always be there with us or for us. Won't always be for us in the future, and there are things that stay, but appreciate the things that stay or return to. See beauty in others. Yeah, that's a reflection of a really beautiful person, seeing the beauty in others. It's so easy for people to judge sometimes. I try not to judge other people too harshly. We're all human. We all are in our humanity. We all make mistakes. We're all trying the best that we can. I believe and I hope. But just because people make mistakes and we aren't perfect doesn't mean we shouldn't really appreciate the people that we have and see the beauty that they inspire in us, the beauty they put out in the world. why they were created in the first place. Help others. It feels good to help others. It feels amazing. We're created to help each other. Help yourself. Now that's a big one. Sometimes it's hard to do. Sometimes we self-sabotage good things. Sometimes we do something we felt like was a mistake, but there's nothing to take it back. Sometimes we do fall short, even when we're trying our best. Sometimes things don't work out the way that we wanted. The way that we wanted. But you help yourself by pouring into yourself, by doing the best that you can, by really taking care of yourself. Help yourself first. Put the mask on you, then you could put the mask on somebody else. Things will not make us happy. It's fleeting happiness. So materialism. You know, have you ever wanted something so bad? And I'm talking about like an object. Say you really wanted, I don't know, I gotta think of an example. You really wanted a bracelet or a hair straightener really bad, okay? Say it's a hair straightener, something silly and stupid. But you really wanted it so bad. And you get it. And you've been waiting, you've been waiting months and months or weeks to get it. And so you get it. You saved up enough money, or somebody gifted it to you for Christmas or something. You get it. And in that moment, you're ecstatic. You're elated. In that moment, you're so elated about it. You use it a few times. You're still excited about it. It makes your hair real silky, smooth, da-da-da. Whatever the reason you wanted it for. And then you use it for the third time, and the newness wears off. It's not as exciting anymore. It's not giving you that sense of what dopamine, I think. It's not hitting in your brain like that, pinging your brain like that anymore. But say it's something like you really wanted a kitty cat. I'm going to use that for example because I love my babies. I love my babies. You really wanted a kitty cat. Okay. And you wait a long time and you finally get those babies. They're that baby. You get that baby and you love it so much. And the love and happiness never goes away with that. That's because it's not our material. When we have people where I like experience gifts because memories are so beautiful, and that's the best gift you could give, things that you could buy. And our animals, creatures, living beings, living creatures, they add so much life and beauty and meaning. You never get tired of that, you know what I mean? Seeing the beauty in that, there's always more to learn about somebody. And there's always so many more experiences you can have with your babies, with your kitty cats. And I'm not saying you won't get mad at people and da-da-da, you know what I mean. Or if your cat does something that upsets you, that you won't be upset in that moment, but you'll always return to the loving. And that always will give you a sense of happiness and remembrance. We don't forget people, and we don't forget living beings that we love. We don't, ever. But materials aren't like that. So fill your life with experiences, with people, with living creatures, living beings full of life and essence and beauty and unexpectedness, spontaneity. Because the fleeting happiness, the materialism doesn't matter at the end of the day. You got a house full of stuff, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying beautiful things. Again, we talked about it earlier. Having our space beautiful. It's nice to look at beautiful things. It's nice to have a beautiful home. But those unexpected people that come into our life, those unexpected blessings, it's more fulfilling. And you remember, for the rest of your life, you carry it with you in your heart and your soul. People change you. Living beings change you in the best way possible. Okay. So yeah, focus on internal, intrinsic happiness from things that matter, not the fleeting happiness. Yeah, here, focus on activities that are intrinsically rewarding instead of externally rewarding. So even activities like us working out, that's going to benefit our health in the long run. Going to therapy, that's intrinsically rewarding as well. Taking care of yourself. Externally rewarding, again, that's like, buying something you want. You like being superficial about the way that you look. I mean, I feel like looking good and feeling good is important as well. It does affect us mentally and emotionally, and sometimes, unfortunately, even the way people treat us. And it is important to feel beautiful, and listen to me, you're beautiful. You're beautiful if you're a little bit overweight. You're beautiful if your hair is greasy. You're beautiful if you have pimples on your face. You're beautiful if you have an uneven skin tone. If you have, stretch marks. If you have acne scars. If you have vitiligo. If you have, if you have gray hair. There's so many things, that society says we're ugly if we look a certain way. If you have heterochromia. But I forget where I was at in my mind. But you're beautiful deep down in your soul, in your being, above all, number one, for who you are. And I hope somebody sees it. And I hope that someone is you. And I hope those closest to you see it too and appreciate you for you. And you do the same for them. But also, I hope you do things that make you feel beautiful. But just remember, this external shell, that's really not who you are. You feel your feelings right now? You feel the way you respond to my words? Do you hear your thoughts in your head? Do you feel the way you connect and love to other people? That's you. That's you. And listen to me, you're cute too. You are cute. Externally too. I don't care what anybody says, you are freaking cute. I believe everybody is beautiful, even if you're unique looking, if you have a hooked nose, if you have really tiny lips, I don't know, everybody is beautiful to somebody. And I feel like a beautiful person could find everybody beautiful. Because when you really get to know somebody, their heart, their soul, their personality, they become beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. Or, how people sometimes are so amazingly attractive, whether conventionally or by your standards. You get to know them, and their personality isn't, so hot. They're not the nicest person. And you're like, not attractive. No. It just makes them ugly, you know what I mean? It's that internal essence that makes you beautiful. It's that bubbling out of you. And that's something I always want to be. I like to feel like my beauty comes from the inside out of me. The inside shining out of me. That's the way I like to be perceived as beautiful. Taking your health and goals and self-care serious. A commitment to personal well-being. Again, your health. So freaking important. Your goals. Nobody is gonna do that dream for you. Nobody is gonna accomplish that for you. You could sit for the rest of your life dreaming to be on Broadway, dreaming to be a basketball player, dreaming to be a singer, dreaming to be a writer, dreaming to be an artist, dreaming to be whatever you want to be, an accountant, I don't know, dreaming to be whatever you want to be, and 1,000 other things. You could do everything that you want. Do you know that? You have the capacity to be everything you want. Sure, there's limitations, but you could work towards those goals and you could accomplish just about anything. Just look at all the opportunities we have. We have so many more opportunities than we had in the past. Just women, to put our voice out there. African Americans have so much more, so many more rights. Native Americans, we have come a long way. We have come a long way. And we have so many opportunities to grow. We have all these resources online. What is stopping you? What is stopping you from at least trying? Are you scared? Don't be scared. There's nothing to fear except for fear itself. And if it's meant to be, it will be. But you have the capacity, you have the capability inside of you to be anything and everything that you want to be. I believe in you. You believe in you. You believe in you too. Take your self-care serious. That's something I'm also working on. I'm making 1 day a week. Guys, can't you promise 1 day a week to yourself? 1 day a week. 4 times out of the month. To just relax. Maybe take a bubble bath. I love taking a nice good bubble bath. Take a bubble bath, light some candles, read a good book, get a massage, maybe do a facial on yourself, put some oil in your hair. I'm talking about men too. Men could do these things too. Or whatever makes you feel really good, or go pay for a massage. And self-care as well, doing fun things. I also like to try and do one fun thing once a week. Again, 4 times out of the month. Usually 4 times. Pick 1 day of the week, you know what I mean? one day of the week to take care of yourself. One day of the week to do something fun. It's not asking for much, you guys. You're not asking for much. And you take time for what you want to take time for. So take time to take care of you. Your health will thank you for it. Your life will thank you for it. Make a commitment to your own personal well-being. You deserve it. I deserve it. We deserve it, you guys. We deserve it. Because if you can't be there for yourself, you can't adequately show up and be there to give to others with your full potential in a way that you want to. Gotta pour into yourself so you could pour into other people. Remember that. Shop at the farmer's market. Yeah, when I read this book, they said, I don't know if it was in Norway, because that was one of the happiest places, that a lot of people go to the market and get fresh food every day. So they just buy food for what they want for that day. But you could do every 4 or 5 days. Fresh, seasonal vegetables and fruit. It's best to eat seasonal, you guys. And eat the rainbow. And I'm not talking about Skittles. Those Skittles are good. Eat the rainbow. Go to that farmer's market. Pick up those veggies, those fruit. If you eat meat. And, you could get involved that way too. Meet new people out and about. I don't know why I really love grocery shopping. It's just a fun, nice little experience for me. I get excited about going and pick out what I want to eat. You know what I mean? But whether you go every day or a few times a week or once a week, so that you ensure that you're eating fresh food. Remember, fruits and vegetables only stay good for about 4 to 5 days. And really, I was talking about this with one of my loved ones, that, as soon as they pick it off that vine, it starts losing its nutrients. So yeah, you want to eat the most nutrient food, dense and fresh foods as soon as possible. You want to eat and consume it as soon as possible. To get the most vitamins and minerals out of that food. The fresher, the better. Learn something new or interesting every day. That's how you keep it interesting. That's how you keep it fresh. That's how you don't get so boggled down by the monotony of life and get bored with it. You go out of your way to learn something interesting or new and be like, wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. And there's so much we don't know, you guys. So much we don't know. And that's a beautiful thing. There'll always be something new to learn. Yay. Do things that you're good at. Doesn't everybody like to do things that they're good at? Don't you like to hear, you're really good at that? Don't you like to take pride in your work that you do? And don't say that you're not good at anything, because you have to be good at something. You're good at something even if you don't think that you are. As somebody close to you. It could even be in the way you relate to people, the way you talk to people, the way you make others feel. Something as simple as that. You're good at something. Cultivate it. Do it more. Do more things. Do things you're not good at too. Do things you want to be good at. Do things that challenge you. Do new things. But yeah, things that you're good at. 3 key strands in life. Okay, this is a longer one that I wrote out. Excuse me. This bubbly is making the carbonation is having me have a little burp. I'm sorry, it's a little embarrassing. I don't really care, you guys. Excuse me. See, now I just burped. I'm Shrek. Wait, I get better out than in, I always say. Okay. 3 key strands in life that we should try to hit and may have some overlap are purpose, pride, and pleasure. The 3 P's. P. Pleasure is things that add fun, awe, and joy to our daily lives and routines. Purpose is using our natural gifts and talents in pursuit of a meaningful goal, those that fuel your soul rather than add to your bank account or ego. Do this by identifying your passions and interests. Have time to join clubs, play sports, or pursue fulfilling hobbies that you like. Remember, purpose requires a goal outside of ourselves, and only when we focus on our purpose, on something bigger than ourselves, can meaning be deeply savored and long-lasting. Not just a goal completed and then tossed to the wayside. Pride is something significant that we can point to. Don't become too busy to notice it. That gives us a rewarding sense of accomplishment. Maybe by aligning our job with our personal interest. Setting up an automatic savings and investment account. Putting healthy food front and center in our kitchens. And creating a better environment for our health and enjoyment. Advance our education. Remember lifelong learning. Yeah, you want to keep your brain healthy and active, you guys. Keep your memory sharp. So many things to learn. Getting a good job and having good work relationships. Providing for yourselves and our loved ones. And meeting or exceeding the expectations of society. And I'm not saying or deeming that society expectations are always good, because sometimes we have to go our own way. You know, we don't have to follow all the norms of society. You gotta be your own person and be authentic to yourself, because sometimes society has it twisted, like with the overconsumption, with the materialism, with putting beauty as the most important thing first and forefront. You know, be your own person, follow your heart and your soul and yourself, follow yourself. But the good and healthy expectations of society, which means occasionally making small sacrifices of self-pleasure for the overall goal. Again, waking up in the morning to go to work. Gotta make money to live, you know what I mean? You know, to really enjoy life. We don't have to keep up with the Joneses. We aren't living for the validation of anyone else. We aren't living for anyone else. You live for you, and you bless other people with your abundance in your life, with your presence and your essence. Avoid negative comparisons with others. If you ever find yourself negatively comparing yourself to someone else, remember, they don't have what you have. They're not you. That's it. At the end of the day, they're not you, and you are not them. And that's a beautiful thing. Why would you want to be anybody else? They can't do what you can do. And you can't always do everything they could do either. But they will never be you. Flip the switch. Flip the narrative. Flip that script. They aren't you. And being you is awesome. If you find something, that you might be invoking jealousy in somebody else, like from somebody else, you know what I mean, then just try and distinguish what that might be, and you could work on that thing. It's okay to be inspired by other people, but be yourself. Put your own little twist on it. Nobody can do it like you. Nobody can do it like you. Set up daily routines to increase satisfaction. What does that look like to me? What does that look like to you? Listening to the music you like. I think it's important to listen to music just about every day. It makes us happier. Try and choose more inspirational and positive songs, but sometimes it's okay to listen to those sad things too, whatever you may be feeling. But I wouldn't do it all the time, not the negative stuff. Or watching a movie that makes us sad, like it's okay to do every once in a while. Honestly, I like feeling all my feelings. I like to be overcome with feelings and depth and emotion. It means I'm alive. Even the negative feelings, it means I felt so deeply. I was hurt so deeply, I was touched so deeply that this thing could hurt me. That the empathy runs so deep, the connection with others runs so deep, that I was hurt by something I deemed worthy of being heard about. I deemed beautiful enough to hurt me. Environment plays a large role in our overall happiness. Try and pick a community where there's a lot of things to do. Try and pick a place to live where you feel safe, number one, overall. That's so important. Safety is important. People in third world countries that don't have the luxuries that we have, that will never understand the hardship that they experience. Places that have war going on right now, waging right now, that have been through so many traumatic experiences that we can't even comprehend. That environment is not, unfortunately, conducive to happiness. People who don't have their basic needs, they can't be happy. That's why we also have to help people in any way that we can. Because we are so blessed, you guys. We are so blessed, and I hope that you have all your basic needs met. And I hope you have more than just your basic needs met. I wish that for everybody, for everyone. And I wish the world could be that way. But yeah, if you're not happy where you're living, move. If you're not happy with the people that you're around, stay away from them. Put yourself in an environment that is conducive to happiness. Conducive. Look at the suffering and the bad that happens positively. It is building endurance and resilience out of us and making us the greatest versions of ourselves that we are supposed to be. Even if things don't go the way that we had hoped for or wanted, it is all working out the way it's supposed to for our good. Turn those negatives into positives. Yep, if you catch yourself saying something negative, flip it on its head and say something positive. I'm sorry if my click was too loud. I hope nobody fell asleep and I just woke them up. We have to be positive about life. It is magic and a miracle to be here. Let's try not to forget that. And we do forget that. We do. It's hard to remember every single moment. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't think being happy every single moment is healthy. We're given emotions for a reason. We're given our intuitions and our feelings of unsafety or unhappiness for a reason. We must confront them and follow them to grow. But we do sure live for those beautiful moments, don't we? For that happiness. Be generous in every way that we can. Think of the positive traits that you want or hope to possess and make them a priority to implement and practice them. Yes. B. You have a lot of good things to offer. So many good things. Be thankful that you're you. What do you want to be more of? What do you want to be more like? Who inspires you? What do you feel like you got away from in yourself that you love being, you love doing, you love shining? Your kindness, your empathy, your humility. You're hilarious, you guys. When you make jokes. Just taking time to laugh throughout the day. To enjoy the little things. What do you want to get back to? What beautiful traits do you see in other people that you want to implement? Make sure you compliment and tell them, because it's always nice to hear. What negative traits do you guys have? What do you feel like you have to work on? Work on it. You could change for the better. That's all we do, you guys. We hopefully evolve forward instead of backtrack, instead of backwards. Instead of backward. Forgive others, even if they never apologize. Again, it could be super hard to do when something hurts you so deeply. It's hard to just move on quickly. But remember, other people are going through things. We don't know why they act the way they do. We don't know what's happening through their life. Even if we spend time with them, we don't know everything that's going on with them. We don't know why they act the way that they do, and we'll never really understand that unless they tell us and explain to us why. And even sometimes then it doesn't really make sense, because humans are complicated and not everything makes sense or has to. Some people will never apologize because they can't. Because maybe they didn't even notice they did anything wrong to us. Maybe they didn't even know that they hurt us with their actions and their words. Or maybe they did. Maybe they intentionally did it. Maybe they're still like that. But you keep going forward and progressing and wish good onto other people. Excuse me. Never wish bad onto other people, you guys. Never ever. I believe in karma, but I really hope for everybody to grow and become better versions of themselves. I don't wish anybody bad. I don't go and get revenge. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of your soul. But that forgiveness is for you. It can also be for them. it's mainly for you. Let go of regret and guilt. Those things will just hold us down from rising to our best self. Everything is working out the way it's supposed to, and even better than we ever knew we wanted or could imagine. Believe it. It's gonna turn out better than we could imagine, you guys. It's gonna turn out better when we practice the positivity, when we pour into ourselves, when we're kind to others, when we do what's right morally, when we put ourselves in good positions, when we go after our dreams, when we don't chase money and materialism, when we don't go after revenge or harming others, when we forgive people, when we keep going forward, when we intentionally grow, when we show up as our best self every single time. It's gonna show up better. It's going to end up better than you could ever comprehend, than you could even wrap your head around, than you could even imagine. You're gonna have beautiful moments that you never thought possible, that touch your heart and soul and mind and to the depths that you never thought possible. You're gonna have it. Say it to yourself. Believe it. 'Cause what you believe, you become. What you implement and what you do every single day, you become. Make good decisions. Decisions that align with your soul and your heart. Yeah, don't stay in the negative frequency that pulls us down, the negative emotions that pull us down. They pull us down. They pull us down. Down. They hold us down, and we try and get up, and they have a strong grip on us, so we try and get up again. You gotta start thinking positively so that those weights and those chains that bind us down in the negative way could lighten up their grip. They're gonna loosen up their grip. Then we rise all the way to the top. First slowly, then we pick up that momentum. We rise, and then we stay at the top. We stay uplifted by all those positive things built and stacked underneath us. They hold us up. As soon as you start shifting more into that negative mindset, what happens? We go back down. So stay on that positive. Stay lifted. Stay elevated. You are meant to. We're meant to rise. I forget what that specific thing is from. It was very beautiful. I don't know if it was from a poem or from a movie, but it was we rise. Very beautiful. I'll see if I can link it under here, or maybe one of you guys knows what I'm talking about and can say it in the comments. I would appreciate it. Okay guys, I found it. I went on a little scavenger hunt to find it, and I found it. So I'm so happy about that. So I'll link it in the description. It's from a romance movie, of course. I love me some romance. Love me some love, you know guys. But it's from a movie called Love Don't Cost a Thing, which is originally from the movie Can't Buy Me Love. It's a remake from like the 2000s. But the original movie is from like the 80s. Both really good movies. If you're into stuff like that. Lovey-dovey, mushy-gushy feeling stuff. Which, of course I am. Who doesn't really love love? Let's be honest. Now I'm in a smooth jazz type of mood. I've watched it. I'm in that lovey mood. But it's called We Rise. Love Don't Cost a Thing. And it was her poetry. It was actually very simple. But I still remember to sometimes these simple little beautiful things we do remember, don't we? Just one thing that somebody says. Sometimes it sticks with us. Sometimes years later we remember it and it pops up. Isn't that a beautiful thing? A beautiful little piece of the mosaic of the artwork of our life, of the tapestry of our life. One single little piece that creates the artwork that we are. I'm sorry if I'm a little corny, but I'm being serious. Everything that we are around and we hear and we consume and we remember affects us. It does. Make sure you're choosing the right things. We can't always control that, but choose positive things. Practice preventative medicine. We have control of our life, prevent disease in the way we eat. The exercises we do, don't be too strenuous. Actually, the blue zones of health. Do things that are naturally moving our body, like gardening, walking, being outside, getting some fresh air and in the sunlight, being social with people, and eating very healthy, clean, unprocessed food. The way that we talk to ourselves, that makes us healthy, you guys. That makes us healthy and helps prevent disease. And if you like doing hard sports and really strenuous activity, that's okay if it brings you happiness, but just be careful, because know that opens up opportunities of being injured, and pushing the body to extremes over and over again isn't always good for it. Very straining activities aren't always good for us. But if you love it, do it. Practice peace. Reduce stress. Practice positivity, spirituality, self-growth, gratitude, and generosity. Peace. It's so nice, you guys. Here, I'm gonna let you guys hear the paper. Does that sound like a tin roof rattling? Maybe not. But I like the sound. It sounds so cool too and amazing. Hey, wait. Do you hear that? I don't know if you guys could hear my heater running. That might be loud too. Sorry, I'm new to this ASMR thing, so the sounds might not be amazing. And I don't want this channel to be all about that. I want it to be about soul, you know what I mean? I want this channel and my life to be art and a reflection of positivity for people and meaningfulness. But sometimes I want it to be chill and relaxed too. Just having some fun, just kicking back, having fun with you guys. You guys hopefully having fun watching what I make. I'll admit I might not be the best, which I know that, but I'm my own person, and I hope you join me on my journey if you want to, even if every once in a while. Make time for laughter, listening to music, consuming and creating art, You're an artist, you guys. You are the art as well. And spending time with friends and family, animals, children, nature, volunteering, music, getting back to the simple things that really matter. We forget the things that really matter, don't we, sometimes? With life becoming complicated, getting older, growing up, going through different stages, we forget those things. Get back to it. Get back in touch with it. Get back in touch with things that make you feel alive and make you feel like you. Invest in what will make you your best you. You are already your best you. What you have the potential to be is already within you and is you. You have those dreams and goals for a reason, because they are for you and they are yours. I say that all the time. I believe that fully, and I feel like that's a really powerful statement. You already are your best you. You just have to do things to create the life that you want and be more fully you. But it's already you. It's in you. That internal pull that's pushing you to do things that are best for you. You're already your best you. The moment that you make that intention to do things good for you, the moment you have that thought to do something, that drive, you're already your best you right then and there. And work towards it. Become even more you. Bring that best self of you out that's under all these layers of conditioning, of things that have held you down in your life, of the pressures of society, of the people imposing things on you, of the people looking at you. Remove all those things, strip them from your soul, and reveal who you really are. Let it shine out into the world. Let it shine for other people so they could shine too and be able to be authentically themselves, so that this world can be more authentic. So more people are inspired by you to be their best selves. You know that song that was popular a few years ago? I don't know the title right now, but it was Lizzo. If you shine, when I shine, everybody gonna shine. I love that verse. So true. When you're shining your light, it makes other people shine. It makes other people feel alive and captivated. And it reinforces in them the ability to shine. They see you shining, they know they could shine too. And when we shine and they shine and we all shine together, this world can be so bright and filled with so much light and love and goodness. Be your authentic self. What's stopping you? You're not going to be happy if you stop yourself from doing the things that you want to do, from bringing your true, most authentic you. It's already in you. It's already you. Just take some lessons. Just learn some more information about that topic that you want to. Just get to know yourself better. Just read some more books. It's already you. It's waiting to come out. You're already your best you. You're already you, babe. You're already you. And you're beautiful and you're shining. Even when you think you're not. Even when you're down and you're sad. You're shining. And you have the potential to shine 1,000 kilowatts brighter than the sun. You make your own choices. Only you. You live for you and not the approval of others. not the approval of anyone else. You have freedom to make your own choices. Isn't that beautiful? We are free. We are free with so many opportunities to do whatever we want, to say whatever we want, to post whatever we want, to go wherever we want, to speak to whoever we want, to listen to whatever we want, to watch whatever we want, to read whatever we want, to consume whatever we want, to buy just about anything we want. You know, what's stopping you? Your self-limiting beliefs in yourself. Take them away, like we said earlier. That's not you saying it. It's that negative voice in your head. The voice that is scared, that just wants to stop you for whatever reason. The voice that makes you hate yourself. It's not you. If it hurts your feelings, it's not you. The voice that tells us I can is you. The voice that says I can prevail, that's you. The voice that says I like this, that's you. The voice that says this is my dream, that's you. The voice that says I am enough, that's you. The voice that says I can. The voice that says I'm beautiful. The voice that says you're worthy, I'm worthy, we're worthy. That's you. Live for you. At the end of the day, why are you going to go ahead and do that job that you hate just because it makes you a ton of money, just because your mom said to do it and it's stable, just because you're scared of what people will say or think if you do something, just because you think you're not good enough. It's something that you want to do. There's always a learning curve. You're always able to learn more about it. You're always able to get better. Okay, I do believe this one too. I wrote this one down. Communication fixes just about everything. Even from the way we talk to ourselves, the way we talk to other people, coming at it from understanding, looking at it not as a disagreement, but as a way of understanding somebody more deeply, of smoothing things over, of addressing the issue head on together. Not a fight. There's no reason to fight, really. There's no reason. Everything could be fixed if two people or all the people involved wanted to be fixed. It can be fixed no matter what. How we talk to others and ourselves matter. Yeah, I find something me and my mother, we bump heads a lot. We have very different personalities. She's very stressed most of the time. She's gotten into that mindset of negativity, and sometimes those things rub off on me when I spend a lot of time with her. And I find myself getting agitated or annoyed sometimes, and I'm only human. I don't like to be around negativity a lot, just as much as the next person. But sometimes it makes me feel bad from her. You know what I'm saying? That she's in this mindset and it gets draining and tiring. But I find myself responding sometimes in a way that I just feel like doesn't align with me. You know, it sometimes hurts me the way that my body naturally reacts to all that stress and anxiety. And, a little bit of resentment sometimes builds up, and I'm just being honest with you. But what has been helping me out lately is I know she's doing the best that she can at this time. And I think to myself, would I like it if somebody else treated her this way? If somebody else was that agitated with her and responding in a very stressed out manner? And the answer is no. And it helps me to step outside of myself a little bit, because sometimes we don't really know the way that we're acting. We don't see ourselves outside of ourselves. We just try the best that we can. And I want to be the best daughter that I could possibly be. She's not going to be around forever. And not everybody we love is going to be around forever. So we gotta treat them right, and the way that we talk to them and interact with them, even if they're hard to be around sometimes, even if they don't bring out the best emotions in us, even if we don't mesh incredibly well with them, but we love them. Sometimes we just need space from people. I want her to be more positive and happier about life. But I know sometimes I could be a Debbie Downer too. Let's admit it. We're all human. We're all human. And I'm sorry if I share things that are a little bit personal, but I just want to be as real as possible with you guys, and it's comforting for me to share. And maybe it'll help somebody else. I'm not a perfect person. And I'll never ever pretend to be. I make mistakes just as much as the next person. But I'm trying my best. So how we talk to other people matters, we know that. But be intentional about the way you interact with people, the way you talk to people. And a lot of things can be misconstrued over the phone or over text. So in-person communication is really, really important. But if you're not capable of doing that with somebody, but how you talk to you matters. When you treat yourself better, you treat others better. When you're in a more positive mindset, you could give it your best self. You could put your best foot forward. You could treat others better. You make your own choices, only you. You live for you. Oh, we already read that. People are happiest statistically on days where they socialize from 5 to 6 hours. Which I thought was a really interesting fact from the book, so I wrote it down. I'm still thirsty, but I ran out of my drink. It's good. It has like a cotton candy flavor undertone. And I don't like real cotton candy, but like artificial cotton candy flavor. But it's naturally that flavor. Sorry, my tangents, my ADHD brain is like boom, 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 boom. Unmedicated ADHD, baby. No, but you know what I've been craving lately, and this has nothing to do with this. A candy apple. Like, I have a fair near me, and I love candy apples. I actually had a dream. Like, it was maybe a week ago or a few nights ago, where I was walking on stilts with my mom. I was on my own pair, she was on her own pair, and we were walking our fair. I don't know why. And then these two guys that are on stilts, from like the circus and stuff, were there, and they were all dressed up like in their costumes, like the people on stilts with the big hat and like the American flag, very patriotic. and they were on the stilts all dressed up. But me and my mom just had the wooden stilts underneath us. I don't know why we were on them. I don't know what unconscious desire or belief that's showing in me, or fear, or just complete utter nonsense. But and I wanted a candy apple really badly, so I remember a lady was talking to me at one of the vendors. I don't know how, because we were way up high on stilts and she was way down there, but whatever. We were like face to face in that moment, and she said, selling candy apples, they're only like $3.45, which, first of all, that would never be in this economy, but we're like $4, whatever, $4. And I was like, no, not right now. And then I looked on a poster that said the fair's going on tomorrow too, and somehow I had a candy apple, and like I was eating it. It was so good, you guys. You know when like you could taste something in your mind, in your brain, that flavor of goodness. Well, I woke up and my mouth was literally open, and this is kind of gross and TMI, but I was drooling. Like, I'm pretty sure my mouth was like moving when I was eating the apple. You know, like the REM when your eye movement is going. But like I woke up a few minutes after that and I still remembered it. Me eating that candy apple. Delicious. But anyway, I don't know why that popped up into my head. But socializing, yeah. Socializing 5 to 6 hours. But oh yeah, optimal sleep is very important to you guys. Remember to get your rest. Go to bed at a decent hour, at a decent time. I heard a quote once. I don't know if it was a quote or a statistic, but it was like, your body rests and repairs from like 2 a.m. to like, I think 6 or something like that. Don't quote me on it, that's not the exact times. You know, between these times. But I'm kind of a night owl. I like to stay up reading or watching videos or podcasts. Like my father. He was too. A night owl. But it's important to get your adequate rest. You'll feel better, you'll look better, you'll think better, more optimally. And I should say that because I'm not on a good sleep schedule. Your circadian rhythm, you guys. It's important for your hormones. How we feel is just important as how we do in life. That was also a really good quote from the book that I had underlined. How we feel, how something makes you feel, is just as important as how you do in life. Just because you look like you're doing so good on paper, you're looking like you're doing so fine to everybody else, you look like you're winning in life, if you're not happy, it doesn't matter. If you're making a lot of money, but you're not happy, it doesn't matter. If you're making a lot of money and doing a job that you hate, it doesn't matter. Because you can make great money doing what you love too. Something that you love. But what do you love? What will make you happy? That is trial and error. That is something about becoming and knowing yourself better. And it takes time. It's okay, you guys, if you do something that you think will make you happy, but then it doesn't. It's okay if you date somebody that you think is the perfect partner, but then they're not. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay. It's okay if you do something that you think is your dream, but then it ends up not being as fulfilling as you thought. Nothing is really the way we think it is it? Sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way we want to. But it always works out the way that it's supposed to. It always works out even better. Even better. Even better. Even better. Solidify that into your mind. It's okay to figure out who you are. It's okay if you don't know exactly what will make you happy. Keep looking for it. It is out there. It is out there. There's always something to be happy about. There's always something for you. It might even be a person that you never thought. Maybe they would make you the happiest that you've ever been. Maybe doing something unconventional will make you happier than you thought. Maybe sometimes you do something or you meet someone and it does just click and you know that it'll make you happy. And maybe it will. But we have so many layers of ourselves, you guys. Another Shrek reference. Like an onion. We have so many layers. I have layers, donkey. To ourselves that it's hard to unravel them all. Sometimes we don't even see ourselves accurately, the beauty in which we hold. The essence of ourselves, sometimes it's our only experienced outside of ourselves by other people who view us. Maybe you don't think you're as great as you are, but you really are spectacular. Maybe you light up the whole room. Maybe you're like 1,000 stars to some people, to somebody, to your person, to your people. People who knowledgeably care for themselves find more satisfaction in their health and the health of others. When you know better, you do better. When you get interested in your health, you prioritize it. When you learn new information that interests you, you apply it. When you forget something that you intrinsically know, or you just remember something, you apply it. People who knowledgeably care for themselves find more satisfaction in their health. When we understand ourselves better, we could take care of ourselves better. And yes, we should celebrate the health of others. Not everybody has it. We may not always have it either. And it's okay to have things wrong with us too. Then we just do the best we can to take care of ourselves with the knowledge that we have. And there's an ever-growing presence of knowledge. We have it at our fingertips, you guys. Tapping my keyboard, I don't know if you hear it. But health is beautiful. Health is wealth. Sorry guys if I use the words beautiful and soul and essence so much. I like those things, so I say them a lot. Happiness is the absence of everyday worries. If we have a problem, acknowledge it head on and tackle it. See, I paraphrased some of these things. I wrote some of these things in. Reduce our everyday worries and problems as much as possible. Don't worry about small, unimportant things. Don't sweat the small stuff. There will always be problems. They will never stop. After one thing, it'll always be another. But how do you look at it? How do you approach it? Is it actually a problem? Is anything actually a problem? Is it? Anything could be fixed and improved upon, depending on the way we approach the problem and how we look at it. Do not focus on the problems of life. There will always be something to worry about, stress about, or be unhappy about. It robs you of your joy. It robs you of your life. Life is chaotic and unpredictable. You could fix anything. You could change your mindset. Maybe that problem is not a problem at all, but an opportunity for growth, or even a blessing in disguise. It's all about our mindset and approach to this life. Curate your enjoyment for enrichment. Surround yourself with things in your everyday life that nudge you towards happiness. That was the one quote that I was talking about earlier. The nudge towards happiness. Things that you enjoy in your environment. People, things, beauty, nature, essence. People are usually happiest in places with 300 plus days a year of good weather. Yeah, sun. If not, sunny place. Vitamin D. Take your vitamin D. And I'm not being that way, you guys. Naughty. Your vitamin D. Your sunny D. Be human sunshine incarnate. Be the reason somebody smiles. Be the reason someone's happy to be alive. Do you know there's people out there right now that admire you? Even if they're not in your life anymore. There's people that you impacted and that you touched. Even in the smallest way. And everybody who's ever been around you has been touched by you in a beautiful way somehow. You know that, don't you? You remember it, don't you? You're this beautiful human. You're this beautiful soul. You have this beautiful light that is irreplaceable, that you give. You fill people with warmth. When the life bursts out through your soul, that light illuminating all others. Close your eyes and imagine it. You see those pictures of the spiritual photos that are very pretty when it's just a light illuminating out of the body. It's what we are. We're a soul encapsulated in a body. We're a soul here to transcend. We're a soul here to change the world. We're a soul here. You are a soul. Be an adventure enthusiast. Always be open to new opportunities, new ideas. Be open-minded. Be optimistic. The next adventure. Visiting a new place. There's so much to do, you guys. You could jump out of a freaking plane. You could grow a little herb garden. You could bungee jump. You could sing on a stage. You could learn how to do a back bend if you don't already know how. You could take up that new class. You could travel around the world in 80 days. Do you remember that movie? You could do anything. And everything is an adventure, you guys. even hanging out with one person on the couch, watching something new. Make everything an adventure. Make everything an experience. But there is so much to do. So many lives to live. What will you make yours? I hope it'll be something beautiful. And it will be. It will. Remember, true happiness comes from the cultivation of multiple micro habits that you have to be intentional about making, not just one or two small changes. Be intentional about your life. If you won't, who will? Who's gonna do it for you? Nobody. Not your mommy, not your daddy. Not your family, not your friends, not your therapist. You. And you know why? Because you can. Or else you wouldn't have this life. You wouldn't have this life if you couldn't do it. You wouldn't. And that's the truth of the matter. And that thing wouldn't have happened if it wasn't supposed to. There's no other way you could have done it. There's no other way it could have happened. You could kill yourself going back and forth. Oh, I should have done this way. I should have been better. You did the best at the time with the information that you had at the time. You did your best. So cultivate those habits. It's worth it. You're worth it. Remember, you could do anything. You could have a beautiful life. If you don't believe it, baby, who will? You believe it. You wouldn't be here if you didn't believe it. You have so much power. You have so much potential. You have so much to give. You have so much beauty. You are so much. You are so much because you have so much. You have so much to give. And you're giving it just by living, just by being here, just by interacting with people, just by smiling, just by laughing, by doing the things you love, reading the books, listening to the music, singing, enjoying life, playing your video games. Stupid little small things that you find insignificant. If they make you happy, if they're beautiful, if they're meaningful, if they bring you joy or peace or health, concentration or challenge in the best way possible, then they're helping you be who you are. Nothing is insignificant in becoming who you are. You're worth it, so make those little investments. Take the time. Take the time to do it. Because you can. Because you want to. Even right now, you're probably thinking about the things you want to do. Because you could do them. You have a beautiful life. And last but not least, enjoy life. Enjoy life. Enjoy life, enjoy life, enjoy life. Alright, I love you guys. I wish you nothing but so much love, but so much happiness, so much beauty. And if you listened to the end, thank you. If you fell asleep, thank you. I hope you liked it. I hope it meant something to you. I hope it did something for you at least. I hope if you already knew these things, I hope you remember some of them. Thank you for listening to some of my opinions and some of the book's quote. I do encourage you to get the book if you're interested. Yeah, I'll do some page shaking. I don't know if that even sounds good. Okay, bye, guys. I'm gonna go now, live my life. guys again. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.